The war zone was dark and cold. Broken ships and floating metal pieces were everywhere. For the Zarkan Empire, victory felt close. They believed the humans would finally surrender. Admiral Vex, the Zarkan leader, stood on his command bridge with a proud smile. "Humans are weak," he told his officers. "They will not fight anymore." Then, everything changed. A strong blue shockwave spread across space. Lights flickered. Scanners died. And then new signals appeared. Not one, not 10, but hundreds. Giant shapes came out from hyperspace. Silent. Powerful. Deadly. It was humanity's deadliest fleet. The front ship was huge, like a floating mountain of metal, sharp edges, black armor, thousands of glowing windows, 4 massive engines burning bright blue. An eagle-like symbol shined on the side, a warning. Vex's voice shook. What is this?" Human ships moved forward without fear. They did not send messages. They did not ask for peace. They only prepared their weapons. The first cannon blast hit a Zarkan cruiser. Boom! The ship exploded instantly. Fire and metal flew across space. No shield could stop the human weapon. More human weapons fired. Plasma beams cut Zarkan ships in half. Missiles followed targets with impossible accuracy. Every explosion lit the dark sky like a new star. The Zarkan Empire tried to defend, but nothing worked. Their lasers bounced off the human fleet like tiny sparks hitting a mountain. Panic spread everywhere. "Retreat," one captain screamed. "We can't stop them," shouted another. Admiral Vex finally understood the truth. Humans did not come to negotiate. Humans did not come to fear. Humans came to finish the war, and the Zarkan Empire had no hope left. Alarms screamed across every Zarkan ship. Officers ran from screen to screen, but nothing made sense. Their scanners could not lock onto the human ships. Every human vessel looked like a dark ghost in space, visible to the eyes, invisible to the machines. Admiral Vex slammed his fist on the console. "Find a target." "Fire everything!" Dozens of Zarkan battleships released a storm of red lasers. The sky turned into a burning river of deadly light. But the human ships moved with perfect coordination, smooth, sharp, untouched. Lasers missed. Missiles failed. Nothing hit. Then the humans answered. A new type of cannon lit up under the biggest human dreadnought. A silent glow grew brighter and brighter like a cold blue star waking up. A Zarkan officer whispered, "What kind of weapon is that?" There was no sound, no flash, no trail, just disappearance. A whole Zarkan destroyer vanished from existence. Not destroyed, not broken, gone. Every alien froze in terror. "What happened to them?" Vex asked. No one could speak. The human weapon fired again. Another ship vanished. And another. It was like the universe was simply deleting enemies. The Zarkan Empire had never seen something so cruel, so quiet, so unstoppable. Pilots begged for orders. Engineers prayed to gods they never believed in. Some soldiers dropped their weapons and cried. The human fleet moved closer, engines glowing like the eyes of death itself. A cold message finally arrived from the lead human ship. "You attacked Earth, now face humanity." Vex felt his heart stop. This was not a battle, this was punishment. And the humans were the executioners. The news spread like fire. Across the Zarkan Empire, screens flashed red warnings. Human fleet detected extreme threat. Evacuate immediately. People in cities looked up at their skies, praying the humans would not come to their planet next. Soldiers in barracks shook with fear, hearing stories of ships that disappeared without debris. Commanders tried to motivate their forces, but their voices were weak, trembling. Everyone knew the truth. The Empire was not ready for this enemy. Back in the war zone, Admiral Vex watched more Zarkan ships get destroyed every second. His pride was gone. His arrogance was gone. Only fear remained. He shouted orders. "Retreat to defensive positions. Call all fleets. We must survive until reinforcements arrive." But deep inside, even he knew, reinforcements would only die faster. Meanwhile, on the human flagship TSV Omen, Captain Aria Hayes stood calmly on the command deck. Her soldiers worked with quiet confidence. They didn't celebrate the destruction. They simply completed the mission. "Target next battleship," she said softly. Her voice was calm, but her eyes were cold, filled with determination. She remembered the burning human colonies, the screaming children, the lives stolen by Zarkan invaders. Now they would pay. Human missiles launched silently, then split into hundreds of deadly blue shards. They hunted Zarkon fighters like angry lightning. Every scream on alien comms was a reminder. Humans never forget. The Zarkon officers tried to escape the battlefield, but the human fleet spread out, surrounding them like steel wolves closing on frightened prey. "For the Empire," one captain yelled, but his voice broke with fear. The panic turned into hopelessness. The Zarkon Empire had started a war thinking they were strong. Now they finally understood what strong really meant. Humans. All around Admiral Vex, the battlefield turned into a graveyard. Zarkon ships begged for support, but no help came. Every signal for backup ended the same way. Silence. The humans kept advancing. Their ships did not slow. They did not hesitate. They hunted. Human fighters, small, black razor-shaped craft, launched from hangars like angry shadows. They moved too fast for Zarkon sensors to track. Every second, one more alien pilot screamed before their ship exploded into bright flames. "Why are they so quiet?" a Zarkon officer asked, shaking. The human fleet fired with machine-like precision. No wasted shots. No missed targets. Each strike was perfect death. Admiral Vex's voice cracked. Can no one stop them?" A young officer replied, terrified. "They knew our weaknesses before we arrived. They knew everything." Then the giant human dreadnought's lower hull opened. Inside, a rotating ring of energy awakened, spinning faster and faster. Lightning-like arcs spread across the structure. The ship aimed. Vex screamed, "Countermeasures now!" Too late. A massive blue beam fired, not thick and loud, but thin and sharp like a sword of pure energy. Sliced through 5 Zarkon battleships in one shot. No explosion, no sound, just bright light and vapor. The cut ships drifted apart. Smooth edges like they were made of paper. That
moment killed the last hope in every alien.
Heart. Some Zarkon ships tried to run, activating hyperspace engines, but human drones attached to escaping vessels, tearing their drives apart. Escape was impossible. Vex watched his mighty fleet, the pride of his empire, break apart like dust in a storm. He whispered with shaking breath, "We should never have touched Earth." The humans did not reply, they destroyed. A deep silence took over the battlefield. Only the broken metal and burning debris drifted slowly in space. For the first time in his life, Admiral Vex felt truly powerless. Then, something new happened. A single human ship moved ahead of the fleet, smooth, black, and silent. It projected a hologram across the enemy channels, a glowing symbol of Earth. A human voice followed. "Calm. Cold. Final. War ends now. Surrender or be erased." Vex swallowed hard. His officers stared at him, waiting for an answer. But what could he say? Pride did not protect planets. Fear did not save fleets. The message repeated. Slower. Colder. "This is your only warning." To show they were serious, the human fleet opened a small portal, a controlled wormhole. Through it, Zarkon sensors saw something that froze their blood. Hundreds more human ships waiting behind, ready, watching. Earth had not sent everything. This fleet was only the first wave. The Zarkon Empire had misjudged humanity so badly, they did not even know humanity's true size. One officer whispered, How many ships do humans have?" No one answered. The humans gave them 1 minute to choose life or death. 50 seconds. 40, 30. The Zarkon captains argued, "We must surrender." "No, the Emperor will execute us." "Humans will do worse." "Run, fight!" "Hide," but there was no escape. The human fleet surrounded them, a steel cage of unstoppable power. Admiral Vex closed his eyes. His voice broke as he finally spoke. "We surrender." The message was sent. Humans waited, silent, cold, watching. And every alien understood one terrible truth. Humanity didn't want control, humanity didn't want glory. Humans wanted justice, and justice was coming. The battlefield went dark. The human fleet stopped firing. But the silence felt more dangerous than the explosions. Admiral Vex waited for the humans to speak again, shaking in his seat. Instead, the Terran fleet simply watched his remaining ships with cold, glowing eyes. Then, a new human broadcast activated. This one sent across all known star systems, every empire, every planet, every race that ever thought humans were weak. heard the same message. Earth does not start wars, but Earth always finishes them. Millions watched in fear. Some dropped to their knees, some ran to shelters, some hoped humans would never come to their worlds next. Back in the war zone, Captain Aria Hayes stood tall on her command deck. "Begin recovery operations," she said calmly. "Spare those who surrender. Destroy any who resist." Her soldiers obeyed with perfect unity. This was not hate. This was justice. Admiral Vex looked at the human fleet in a wall of unstoppable power, and he finally understood why so many feared Earth's rise. Humans were different. They learned fast. They adapted faster. And once humans were angry, the galaxy had no defense. The surrender request from the Zarkon Empire was accepted. The Terran fleet slowly turned, preparing for the next target, the Zarkon homeworld. Vex felt his stomach twist. This war was not ending, it was only changing shape because now the galaxy knew. Humans were not prey. Humans were not weak newcomers. Humans were the storm.